this is what engineers do. We solve problems that we see in the world. There might not always be a solution right now, but hopefully, as time goes on and technology improves, we can create a new solution that will help the world get better. My name is Quentin Malora Brown. I'm from Lorton, Virginia, and I am a master's student in mechanical engineering. I've always been a strong student, but there was also like a good mix of like just hard work. Like, my parents always were like, do more, push to do more, because at the end of the day, it'll serve you when you've done more. Vanderbilt was the last school that came into recruiting me my second time around. I didn't want to sacrifice from a school standpoint for a basketball standpoint, and I felt like Vanderbilt was a great place for me to not feel like I had to sacrifice on either side of the court, really.
He really wanted to test himself and see if he could play at the highest level, which is, in the SEC.
Well, I just wanted to call you and let you know, or ask you, are you okay with me taking number 42?
He had a year to kind of learn our system, practice every day, and just from that, you just could tell that this kid was a smart basketball player.
He makes me really think and just, really challenges me on a daily basis. And I think I've seen improvements in my game because of him.
Liam's awesome. We have a great relationship. I don't view it as like an adversarial thing. We both just, at the end of the day, want the same thing. We want to win and we want to get better.
He just makes it easy for you as a coach because he's all about the right things and doing whatever's best for the team.
I mean, he's a glue guy. Just watch his body language on the bench. He's the first guy standing up. He's the first guy high-fiving. He energizes the team that way. But also, let's say there's a loose ball on the floor, he'll be the first one diving for it.
Quentin does all of those little things for us. Whether it's screening, there's not a stat for screening, whether it's just getting to the weak side, occupying somebody, or making the extra pass.
Those little details Coach Stackhouse talks about all the time win us games. So, he has a huge impact in us winning games.
I've gained a lot of confidence in just how I play, who I am as a player. I feel like there's been a million things that I've gotten better at.
He's cute. He's unbelievable person, citizen, and a very, very good basketball player as well.
I think he always surprised me how smart he is. He's in grad school for engineering, and he'll be explaining this project they're working on. And one time he was telling me last year about they're building a baby elephant, and I'm like, so you're building an elephant? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, how do you go about it? He's simple. And I'm like, oh, that's not simple.
That was last year. That was my senior design project. We had to design and prototype a animatronic elephant for the Nashville Zoo. They were thinking if they could go with an animatronic instead of a real elephant, then patrons could still get that kind of connection that they want to build for elephants, and then also still learn all about them in a safer way for the elephants and for the patrons. Growing up, my dad was always pushing me to help him fix things around the house or build things. But when I got to college, I realized engineers are problem solvers, first and foremost. They find a problem in the world and they try and fix it.
As you can see, when I put my quarter into the slot, we get an output of a few P's this time, but hopefully next time we'll get a few more P's into here.
For me, the climate crisis is something that's big to my heart. I want to improve that situation for generations to come. For my master's, I'm working on a cool flame analysis. So cool flames are these flames that burn at a lower temperature than what you typically see in fuels. So they're more efficient in engines. they would have less carbon emissions than we would have for a diesel car. In 2012, we first observed them on the International Space Station. That's the laser. It gets focused through a bunch of these little different lenses and mirrors, and then it goes through the flame, and then it scatters based on what the flame is composed of, Riemann scattering, and we use that to identify the different radicals that are found inside of our flames. The hope is that if they can be reproduced, there are some uses for them that will help, the environment or help the world in general. Here at Vanderbilt, you're gonna meet the people who are gonna put you in the places that you need to go. You're gonna meet a lot of people who have come from a very diverse set of backgrounds. They're gonna help set you up for success down the line.
Finish this thought. In 20 years, Quentin will be
Probably a head of a Fortune 500 company. I just think this kid is, he's bound for greatness.
Just really successful, rich, he's gonna do really well for himself.
I have no idea, honestly, because I don't know what I'll be doing in 20 years. I don't know. I hope I'm making a change in the world, honestly. I hope I'll be changing the world for the better.